Hey, welcome to another Thursdays with Thor. And with Thanksgiving coming up, I thought it'd be kind of fun if we made some stuffing. This is a unique one, and what we're going to make the stuffing out of is White Castle hamburgers. Okay, and the ingredients, it's really simple. There's a dozen burgers. Turn these around. Dozen in there. The broth, you need chicken broth. The recipe calls for about a quarter cup, but I made just a little bit extra. What I like to do when I make this is just kind of, depending how dry the bread is, just kind of pour it in, and then you don't want it like soupy wet, but you just want to make it moist. So just kind of, it's kind of a feel thing. And then the spices, there's black pepper, ground black pepper, thyme, and sage. In each one of those you take a tablespoon and a quarter, and we'll put that in there. And then you need, it's 3 stalks of celery, so that's probably like a cup and a half of celery. And we just chop this all up, and we'll cook it about 35 minutes. In this stuffing, what's kind of good about it is you can, if you want to make it and stuff it into the bird, you can do that. But I like to make it separate in a casserole dish, and then you can either put a top on it, aluminum top, or you can leave that off. If you leave it off, it makes the top just a little bit of a crunch on there, and I like that. If you like it kind of soft, then you just put the lid on there. Alright, let's get started. Middle here, I like to make them little small pieces. But yeah, with Thanksgiving this year, kind of the COVID thing going on, I've heard stories of people saying they're gonna maybe have smaller gatherings, so maybe they'll use like a turkey breast instead of a whole turkey. And so if you do, this is a nice stuffing that you can make just on the side and serve it that way. But like I said before, you can actually stuff this into the cavity of the bird too, and it's delicious. I know some people have kind of a love-hate relationship with White Castle, but if you've never had this, it's definitely worth a try. I've made this dish for people that say they'd never try a White Castle hamburger, and they told me they love it. Let's chop this up just a little bit more here. Alright, so here's the White Castle. And, when you're putting these in, you just break them up in these little pieces like this. And when you order them, now I put American cheese in there, and I like that flavor in there. Some people don't, but it's personal choice. But the key thing is not to put pickles and no ketchup or mustard. But as most people know, there's onions inside of here, and when they make the burger, but you just break it up in these little pieces, and we'll see, probably about a dozen will be about right amount. And another strategy when you go in there is always get a couple extra in case you want to try just eat the burger on its own. So I got a couple extra here, you know, if you want to sample it while you're cooking, that's always a plus. Well, we'll put those on the side for now. Okay, so this is a dozen in this bowl. Then what we do is we just take the celery that we chopped up earlier, just kind of put it on the top. We'll kind of mix this all together. Now we'll take our seasoning. And this here is, and just kind of sprinkle it on there. We're going to mix this all kind of up together. And 1 1/4 teaspoons. Okay. And then thyme. And then sage. A little bit more There we go, good. Now, get a spoon. And we take our chicken broth and we're just going to pour this in. And we'll just kind of leave a little bit extra there, and we'll just kind of stir this up a little bit. Just kind of mixing stuff together. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit more in there just kind of the feel of it. I think that'll be about just about perfect. Yep. All right. And there you have it. We go in the oven for 35 minutes at 350 degrees, and you got delicious right there. Okay. All right, so the timer just went off, and we're going to pull it out and then give it a little taste test. It smells wonderful in here, by the way. Look at that. It's just delicious. So you can tell some of them just a little crusty on top, and that's the way I like it. I'll just take a little bit out here. Give it a little taste. That's really good. That sage and thyme really adds a lot, and then the little bit of the crunch from the celery, it's really good. So yeah, if you guys, this is a really simple recipe. White Castle should be open on Thanksgiving. If you need to get some of this and want to put it together, it's awesome. So hey, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.